Hey guys, my name is Miska and welcome to Overwatch Central and welcome to 30 Easter eggs at Blizzard World. And this is just a video that's gonna go through 30 different Easter eggs at Blizzard World, but there are a lot of them, so let's get started right away with the first Easter egg. Alright, first up we have the Dark Moon Ferris Wheel. This is a play on words of the Dark Moon Fair, which is a special event in WoW, which opens up a little amusement park in World of Warcraft. Blackrock Mountain here is an advertisement for a roller coaster here, but it is also a World of Warcraft reference to a place in the Warcraft universe containing dungeons and raids. This is also a Space Mountain pun or reference, which is a famous roller coaster at Disneyland. Next up is this chest design. This is a very old WoW chest design from Vanilla, and these were scattered around the map a bit here and there and didn't really contain that much stuff, but were still fun to find, and just like in WoW, they're scattered around the world in Blizzard World. Monitors around the bar here of the tavern feature a screen very similar to the Warcraft Orcs and Humans game cover. Doomhammer and Ashbringer are both iconic weapons from Warcraft and are available in the souvenir stall outside. The spawning pool poster here is a reference to Starcraft, as the spawning pool is a Zerg structure in Starcraft, but it's just a cool themed pool in Blizzard World. The Hellscream is a ride advertised here, and Garrosh Hellscream is a Warcraft character, but I'm not sure if this is also a reference to a real-life Disneyland or other amusement park ride. The Ancient Curious gift shop here is a reference to a shop in Stormwind though, and the name and sign are basically identical in WoW to Blizzard World. Lost and Found Vikings here is a reference to the Lost Vikings game, the second game that Blizzard Entertainment ever made. Inside Lost and Found Vikings, you can also find this big green book, The Green Hills of Stranglethorn, and this is a quest that Jeff Kaplan himself regrets designing, and it's mostly known for being one of the worst quests in World of Warcraft to date. Wizard Sanctum is the mage tower in Stormwind, which is where you end up if you take a portal to Stormwind. However, in Blizzard World, it is just a spot used for a magic show. And of course, the statues in this starting area. And these are the 5 very iconic statues available in Stormwind in World of Warcraft, and the lore behind these is way too lengthy and complex to get into right now, but it's a huge part of the Warcraft lore. The music you also hear in the background in this area is also the Stormwind theme. Next up, this door with 131 on it. And this is a reference to Club 33, an exclusive Disney club available in a few Disney parks around the world, and there's a voice saying members only if you get close to this door.
Members only.
There are 4 posters around here as well, so let's quickly go through them from left to right. First up, this Overlord poster, and this is a Zerg unit in Starcraft that slowly floats through the air, very similar to a hot air balloon, hence the combination with the ride there. Flight to Duskwood is a reference to a travel flight path in World of Warcraft. Duskwood is a gloomy and dark area of Eastern Kingdoms, just south of Stormwind, and you can kind of see that in the poster here as well. Journey to Ior is a VR adventure, and it's clearly themed around Ior, the home of the Protoss in Starcraft, and is powered by Preserver Vision VR. Preservers being a small group of Protoss who held the memory of other dead Protoss. I know, kind of morbid, right? Last of the posters is the Murloc Island one here, which is a small island in a lake near Stormwind, and in Blizzard World this seems like a children's playground, but it is also in the middle of the lake, and on the poster you can also see the stereotypical Murloc style huts that you can also see in WoW. Next is this small little personnel only sign, but it also says there is no cow level, and this is a reference to Diablo and a very rare spawned cow that you could click on several times to open a portal to a secret cow level. And this is an old Diablo reference and a thing that has been in all of the Diablo games, I think. But yeah, Diablo fans will know it. The Fargo Deep Mine is a mine themed ride here, but the Fargo Deep Mine is actually a place as well in WoW near Stormwind. I know, again, always Stormwind, and it's a well-known place with a few quests, and the whole area is themed around kobolds. Many WoW players will know this for sure.
You know, take candle.
Next is the Snacks Rama's Cafeteria, a reference to an old WoW raid that has been in the game since vanilla, called Nax Rama's. However, in Blizzard World it just offers various snacks, such as Death Wings, which are spicy chicken wings I can imagine, but also a reference to Deathwing, a massive dragon and also final boss of the Cataclysm expansion of World of Warcraft. Outside of here there are also a bunch of balloons. You can shoot the string to let the balloons fly up in the air, and you can also pop the balloons by just shooting them. These are all over the map, but I thought I'd mention it. Next up is the little dock here overlooking the water, and this is Booty Bay on the map in Blizzard World, and this is also an area in World of Warcraft, and it's even got the iconic hanging shark here on display, which is also available in game of course. Next up, the announcer will say the following occasionally.
It's the taste sensation spreading all across Azeroth. Corrupted blood corn. Share it with a friend today.
And this is a reference to a thing that happened in 2005 called the Corrupted Blood Incident. So basically a new raid was added in WoW, and when you attacked the boss you'd get a debuff that drained your health slowly. This debuff would go away if you left the raid though, however it would stay on your pet, just not on your character. Your pet could then spread this debuff to any other character in its near proximity, and low level characters would actually die fairly fast from this. This caused a bunch of stuff to happen in game, such as people running around in cities trying to infect other players, and there were a lot of studies made on this by universities and other agencies all over the world, and there's actually a fairly lengthy Wikipedia article about this incident as well, and it was of course all unintended, but very interesting regardless. And also interestingly enough, Jeff Kaplan himself commented on the incident way back when, saying that it gave the WoW team ideas for future world events for the game. So yeah, Jeff Kaplan in that Wikipedia article, I don't think that's a coincidence. Next is the Starcraft and Heroes of the Storm themed area. This includes a bunch of Starcraft units, and there are even toys in the gift shop here for Terran, Protoss and Zerg units, and you can punch or shoot all of these to get them to play sound effects for being hit as well. There are also some Protoss probes flying around here. You can shoot them to destroy them, but yeah, nothing more to that. Oh, and there's also this cool little Cho'Gall popsicle ad here. Cho'Gall is a two-headed ogre known from Warcraft, but recently also Heroes of the Storm. Next up is the Heroes Arcade, featuring Asmodunk, which is a reference to a Heroes of the Storm skin with the same name, made for the character Asmodan from Diablo. There are some other games in here as well, and you can also see that Sombra is at the top of all of the scoreboards with 9,999 points, most likely not a legitimate score. Next up we have this Torbjorn and announcer interaction when Torbjorn tries to get on a ride.
You must be as tall as the bottom of the sign to ride, and you're not.
This next bit is labeled as Reign of the Black King in Blizzard World, and that is also the name of the quest in Diablo 3 that brings you back to the cathedral and the royal crypts, and this is also where you face the Skeleton King Leoric. At the end of this section here, you can see Leoric the Skeleton King's throne, just like in Diablo, and this is also where Blizzard World's final destination for the payload is located. Now let's go through some bonus stuff, just a bunch of locations that are available on the Blizzard World map in game, but you can't actually go to them, you can only see them at a distance. Let's go through the ones we haven't mentioned at all in this video. Moonwell. This is a night elf structure in WoW, and it's sort of a spiritual healing fountain and restores night elves' magical powers. The Siege of Orgrimmar is a big raid in WoW, and it's on the map here in the Horde area and was added in the Mist of Pandaria expansion. Orgrimmar is also the main city for the Horde, hence why there are other places named here, such as the Gates of Orgrimmar. Den of Evil is the first quest in Diablo 2, so it's just a nice reference to an older Blizzard game there. And Tyrell's Fall is a reference to the Fallen Star in Diablo, which is part of the first quest of Diablo 3 and part of that game's lore, and the opening cinematic to that game as well is also called Tyrell's Fall. Caldium's Market is a reference to Caldium and Caldium's Bazaar, present in Sanctuary in the Diablo universe. Diablo players will know this for sure. Shen's Delights here though is also a Diablo reference to an item that was scheduled to be added into a patch years ago. That item would be called Shen's Delight, but was actually pulled from the patch for unknown reasons. The Slaughtered Calf Inn is an inn present in the first act of Diablo 3 as well, and that concludes the Diablo part of the map. Moving on though, we have the Hatchery Petting Zoo, Nidus Wormslide, and also the Spawning Pool. And all of these are from Starcraft and are references to Zerg structures available in the game. Pessa's Apothecary is just a random shop in the middle of Stormwind, but it is also available in the Stormwind of Blizzard World. Next is the Escape from the Stockade here, and this is a reference to the Stormwind prison called the Stockade. This might be an escape room or something like that, I can imagine. And finally, the Deep Run Tram is a reference to a tram in WoW that connects Stormwind to Ironforge, the second biggest Alliance city. And that will conclude 30 Easter eggs at Blizzard World, and also a bunch of bonus Easter eggs and references here at the end. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like if you did, and subscribe for more Overwatch content as per usual. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, take care, and we'll see you then.